and welcome back. My name is Jessica and this is Green Fever SA. Today I'm going to be telling you about my top 3 plants for the month of June. I know it's coming out a little bit late, so we're already in July, but better late than never. So I'm quite excited to get back into the swing of things, and I'm also excited for you guys to meet this really cute little guy in the corner over there. So we rescued him about a month ago. His name is Tamaki. Hey Tamaki. Hi. He has the most beautiful eyes. I actually got him from my office where I work. There are a few cats, and his brother was hit by a car, and him and his brother were absolute best friends. So I decided to adopt him and bring him home. He became super friendly in about February of this year. We had seen him as a kitten, but we thought he was from the factory across the road, and he just became really sweet. He became very friendly with me, and when his brother unfortunately got hit, we decided that he deserved a good loving home, and he is so sweet. He's absolutely incredible. If you see my eyes looking down, it's because I'm looking at him in the camera in the viewfinder. Hey, and he's so sweet. Him and my other little kitty, Sashimi, get on quite well. Hey, are you and Sashimi friends? Yes, you are. Shame, he absolutely loves Sashimi. He's like attached to him. He is, making his little debut on my channel for the first time ever, and he's quite inquisitive and he's super friendly, so I'm sure you guys will see him quite a bit. He's extremely playful as well, so I'm sure you'll see him being a little bit chaotic in the background. But without any further ado, let's get into this video. I'm quite excited to show you the 3 plants today. I'm going to save the best for last though, but all 3 are pretty good, so that's awesome. So the first plant, this is my Philodendron Mammy. I haven't had it very long. I've only had it about two months or so. It came to me basically with just one leaf, which I think was this leaf. Yeah, this was the oldest leaf. I did it in a trade. You guys might have actually seen it in my propagation tank video, and I think I just gotten it then. I will pop his Instagram up here. He has a plant shop as well. I think it's called The Plant King. I'll put his Instagram up here. Really nice guy. He has his own plant shop, so definitely check him out. He traded this with me for one of my Antherium Villanorium pups that you guys have seen in a previous video, and I've been converting it over to leca. I've literally just put it in the leca. It was growing in water, and when I say just put it in leca, I mean like before this video I put it in leca. So you can see he's still wonky, so if you see me propping him up and holding him to show you, that is why. The roots need to grow and establish. As you can see, they sort of just been put in there. I don't know if I have too much to say about this plant other than it's really beautiful. I don't have many philodendrons. I don't actually have a lot of any sort of genus, if that makes sense. I kind of have a few of each kind of genus. I have a few syngoniums, a few anthuriums, a few hoyas, a few philodendrons, a few monsteras, one rhaphidophoric kind of thing. So it's really nice to have something that is quite different to any other sort of philodendron that I do have. You know, it's got this beautiful pillowy look. This was a plant that I really did want. It is a crawler, so I was a little bit worried. I'm not sure how I feel about crawlers. I've never actually had a crawler. This is my first crawler. I'm quite excited to have a crawler, as much as I don't want a crawler. I don't think I have space for a crawler. I do have space for a crawler, but I don't think I have space with the conditions for a crawler. So I think that this guy will be fine, because I don't think his needs are too intense. I don't think he needs any sort of hectic humidity or excessive light, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I've only had it for 2 months, but look how cute he is. I love the silver splash on it, and the pillowiness of the leaves, and I'm quite excited to see it get bigger. I actually have another one that I also did in a trade, also for a Clarinervium pup that I have. That one is a bit bigger, but at the moment it actually has spider mites, so that one's not bringing me the joy that this one is, but we're busy treating it, and I'm obviously not going to show you because I have my plants all around me and I just don't want to obviously transfer spider mites. I do want to eventually put this one and the other one in the same pot, in a nice long pot, and then sort of have one crawling this way and the other one crawling that way, and I think it'll create like a really nice effect of a nice full pot. Like I said, not much to say about him, haven't had him very long, but he's grown a lot considering I've only had it probably 2 or 3 months. I got it with this leaf, and yeah, it's put out a leaf basically every month, and we do have a new leaf growing. So I mean, the leaves aren't extremely big just yet, but I haven't given it, I don't know, I suppose the conditions for it to get nice and big, and I've also been transferring it from the soil to the leca. So excited to see how he goes, excited to see how he roots up. It looks like at the bottom over here, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, it might actually be pushing out a new shoot, right sort of over there. So I think I'm getting a new little growth point happening there, which is really exciting. My first one for the month of June is this beautiful Mammy, Philodendron Mammy. Very cute. We're going to go from something quite small to something quite big, and you guys have seen this plant before. This plant is looking so beautiful at the moment, and it has probably been my favorite plant for probably 3 months or 4 months in a row. Just every day I come and check on this plant, every day I want to look at this plant because it has just been growing beautifully considering what it looked like when I got it. So I'm gonna show a photo, I think, of what this plant looked like when I got it, and it must be about 2 years ago, so it is a while ago. But it's just really starting to mature, and well, it's not, but from what it was, it's really starting to look amazing. But I'm going to stop blabbering about it and I'm going to show you. Let me go grab it. It's huge. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it in the frame that I've made here. Okay, but you can see what it is. This is my Variegated Monstera, and this is the newest leaf that it's just gotten. It's really starting to show a lot of venestration. So you can see that there's 4 on this side and 3 on that side. And this is a brand new leaf. It's literally just finished unfurling. So I do think he's going to get quite a bit bigger, which I'm really excited about because that was the size of its previous leaf. It's quite big, especially considering what we started off with in terms of the leaf size. Let's see if I can lift him up to show you guys one of the earlier leaves. So as you can see already at the bottom, these leaves are relatively small in comparison to sort of, you know, what these leaves are becoming. Got an even smaller one down here, as you can see. It's been growing really nicely. I've actually got 3 stems in here. Yeah, the one, it's basically been giving me a leaf on the 2 stems every month, and so that's why it's been really exciting to watch this plant grow. The other stem, the other plant, so okay, I keep calling stem, but by that I mean that there's 3 separate plants in here. They all came from the same original plant, but I propped and that. This one was looking really good. So this was its last leaf. Let's lift it up because it's not as high as the other one. This was its last leaf. So it was looking absolutely incredible. And that was the leaf before. And, you know, that was the leaf even before that. So it was looking absolutely stunning. This beautiful full white one. Sorry, the sun is not great here, but it is the middle of winter and my room gets the most beautiful sun, so I kind of just want to sit in the sun and enjoy it. As you can see, I got that full white leaf a few months back, as well as that one, which is quite white, but not as white, nothing to worry about. And then it gave me 3 absolutely incredible leaves after that. Like I showed you, it was sort of this one, this beautiful one, and this stunning one. And now it's giving me another 4 white leaves. So I am probably going to prop this up. I will let this leaf unfurl and I might let it get another leaf. I do think the other side will be green. It looks like most of the white is happening on this side of the plant because you know it pushes out a node that goes from this side, and then a node comes from this side, so it goes like, you know, sort of right, left, right, left, right, left. And it does look like the left side is the very white side, and you can see that very prominently on the stem. My kitty has put itself right in the middle. Can you see? Oh, can you see his face over there? Tamaki. He obviously wants you guys to see him center stage, but he's a bit blocked at the moment, but that's fine. So yeah, as you can see on the stem over here, it is very white on this side versus how nice and green it is on that side. So I'm quite worried about chopping it as well, because knowing my luck, the node will activate on the fully white side. So I'm going to air layer it. I am already air layering this side just to try help it build up really nice sized leaves. And yeah, so I wanted to really show this plant off this month because it is probably going to get all air layered up, and it is probably going to get all chopped up as well. The other little tiny, the other third plant in here is really small. It's only a few leaves. This is the main leaf. It was a middle cutting. So I cut the initial plant into 3. I cut the top off, I obviously cut the middle section, and I left the bottom with the roots, and so that's why I have the three plants. This one, it's given me a beautiful leaf. I mean, that was an absolutely incredible leaf, but its newest leaf is also quite white. As you can see over there, it's reflecting the sun, beautiful, but it's got a large patch of green, so it's actually not as white as it looked like when it was coming out. It's got quite a nice bit of green over here. I'm quite excited to see how he grows. That was one of the first leaves it pushed out. It was a nice half moon kind of leaf. Yeah, I mean, I'm just really enjoying this plant. It is such a statement piece. Like, how beautiful does it look next to my bed and my cat? Like, is that not, I don't know, some perfect Instagram kind of worthiness right over here? Hey Tamaki, you make this plant even more beautiful. Sorry, I'm kind of obsessed with him. He's just so sweet, and I can't believe that he is a stray cat, that I picked him up off the side of the road, and he's just really taken to home life. So very, very excited about this. I mean, look at this latest leaf. How many fenestrations is this? From what it used to look like, for it to be about 2 years, maybe 2.5 years later, I'm just obsessed with this plant, and I wanted to show it before I kind of cut it all up to see what happens on that white side. I don't really need to chop it. The fact that it is giving me some nice green leaves pretty intermittently between the white leaves, it really isn't anything to worry about. So I think I just want to air layer it and chop it up because why not? Plants are fun, and doing that sort of stuff with them is half the fun of it. Very, very chuffed. I don't know what else to say other than I'm chuffed and in love. I don't know if I want to keep this in the frame to maybe show you the next plant, just because I kind of am really enjoying the view. So I'm going to be leaving this here for the next plant because I just actually can't deal with how beautiful it is. He like just matches my bedroom vibes beautifully. Actually, I might move him in here. I think I might actually do that. At the moment, he's getting quite a lot of nice sunlight throughout most of the morning. It's getting direct sunlight, but we are in the middle of winter, so our sun, it's just coming lower, so I actually get in my plant room a lot more sun, and in my bedroom, as you can see, I get a lot more sun coming through in winter than I actually do in summer, because our sun is much lower down in the sky. But they've also just chopped down a huge big tree next door, which I think now in our summers we will probably also get quite a bit of light in, because the sun comes from that direction, and obviously this huge tree was causing like a big shadow. So he actually gets quite a lot of direct morning sunlight on his leaves. I do have a sheer curtain that's there, but it's kind of it kind of covers it, kind of doesn't, so some of it is getting direct sunlight. He gets a little bit of humidity, and he probably sits in around 50 most of the time with little booster shots of humidity, but I don't think that really makes any difference to its growth or its sizing up. The only thing that I think the higher humidity does do for him is gives him nice aerial roots. He lives right next to my grow cabinet, so he also gets a little bit of light from my grow light. Not much because he's quite far from it, but he's right next to it, if that makes sense. So he's just getting like that little bit from it. But I'm going to stop blabbering and I'm going to talk about the next plant, which at the moment is also one of my absolute favorites. I bought it for myself for my birthday because I felt like I deserved it, and it was my birthday even if I didn't deserve it. But I don't actually know how to say this plant's name, so I'm going to say it how I've just been saying it. I haven't practiced it or looked up or found many videos on this plant, so I actually or heard many people talk about this plant, so I actually have no idea how it's supposed to be pronounced, and I'm not the very best at pronouncing things or reading. Making myself sound terrible, but yeah, I'm not very good at like looking at a word and knowing how it's supposed to be pronounced properly, so I'm probably pronouncing it very wrong, so I'll put the name definitely at the bottom so that if you guys like the plant you can find it. My third and final plant is of course an antherium, because I am obsessed with antheriums at the moment, but this is my Antherium Villanorium. I think it's called a Villanorium. So this is my Antherium Villanorium. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I call it. I have actually cut off, so I bought this in April for my birthday. This was one of the original leaves. It's kind of a bit deformed and wonky, but still beautiful. This was one of the newer leaves, one of the original leaves as well. I actually cut, as you can see, I did cut the oldest leaf off. It did start to yellow quite a lot. Did I show this leaf? Yeah, so this leaf and this leaf, it all arrived to me with. Unfortunately, when I got it, it did actually have root rot. It even had a little pup that I did try save, but the root rot and the chunk rot was actually just too far gone, and unfortunately I couldn't save it. Very sad, because I was quite excited to have a backup just in case, but my backup failed. So this, I suppose, is then not the backup because it's the original, but now this is the backup. But whatever. I mean, most of the time you're not generally going to buy a plant and it comes free with a pup, so yeah. Anyway, I have it growing in sphagnum moss at the moment, because like I said, it had a lot of root rot. I just didn't want to risk anything, but I popped it in this and it has grown incredible roots. So I'm probably going to be doing a video on this maybe at the end of next month. I'm going away for 2 weeks overseas, so very excited about that. So when I come back, I'm probably going to transfer this over to either leca or to pon. I am very excited to try pon on my antheriums, but I've never done it before, so I don't know if I want to do it on this guy, because this is the leaf that it grew in my care. So I've only had it 3 months and I had this absolutely incredible leaf grow, so I'm very chuffed. I've only had 1 leaf grow, but in 3 months, considering that it had root rot, it also had an inflorescence, which I decided to keep the pollen from. I let it grow out, I collected the pollen, and a large part of that was because obviously it had root rot, as well as that little pup had died. So I just thought, you know what, this inflorescent is so close to giving off some pollen in that, I may as well let it. And if anything happens to this, I at least have the pollen that I can maybe, you know, cross with one of my other antheriums. So I wouldn't have like the Villanorium if this died, but at least maybe I'd have some seedlings of it and kind of, you know, keep it alive in that way. But I can't stop staring at this leaf. So when these guys get really mature, so the reason I actually really wanted this plant is because when they get quite mature, they get that very long leaf like the queen does, or the king antherium does, the veitchii, or, you know, those sort of very long leafed antheriums that you have to prop up to keep the bottom of it off the floor. I am relatively new to antheriums, and so I just don't have the confidence in a queen just yet. There are queens that you can find in South Africa at the moment, so I would be able to get one, and they're actually not too expensive. So I have been pretty keen to get one, but the only ones that I've been able to find at the moment are kind of on a pre-order thing, and I'm just not comfortable buying a Queen Antherium on pre-order. If it was already acclimatized, then I would definitely pay the price for it, but on pre-order and it coming straight to the seller and then to me without doing an acclimation process, I just don't want to risk it. A lot of people say queens are hard, a lot of people say they're not actually hard once you figure them out, but I suppose they're hard until you figure them out, so not going to risk that. So I went with this guy, and I actually think I kind of prefer him to the queen, maybe because I have one and I don't have a queen. I'm loving this plant so much. I will definitely be doing a video on him in the next few months or few weeks. Oh my god, look at how beautiful. I kind of love how different the veining actually is to something like the Clarinervium, where that's very silver. This is almost very white, and it's really sparkly. Like, I don't know, maybe if I can show you in the sun, you probably won't be able to see because it's a bit far, but the vein is extremely like glittery. It literally looks like somebody sprinkled some beautiful silver glitter all over it, very fine glitter, but he is absolutely incredibly beautiful, and I cannot wait for these leaves to get nice and big. So we're going to go on a journey together, and I am definitely going to show you all of that. As you can see, there is a new, I don't know if it is a leaf or another flower. Okay, I'm going to be pulling this back just because I have issues. So I'm just pulling the catapult back to show you guys. That's a terrible reason to be doing it, but I'm just pulling it off to show you guys that I have a leaf and an inflorescence coming. Okay, so as you can see, this is the inflorescence that's coming, and that is a leaf that is coming. I'm very excited about that. I need you guys to help me, so please leave down in the comments below. I have now the pollen from this plant that I'm storing in the freezer. Do you think that I should just make more Villanoriums, because obviously another inflorescence is coming? So do you think I should try pollinate this guy and just make some more Villanoriums, or should I do what kind of everybody else does and have a bit of fun, and should I cross it with something? I have an inflorescence coming on my Clarinervium, which I'm not really keen on seeding, because it takes 9 months for a Clarinervium apparently to seed, and I'm not sure if I am interested in waiting that long, and also putting my Clarinervium, stopping it from basically growing for 9 months. I have another pup of my Clarinervium, which once that gets a little bit bigger, then my established one, I am going to use that one to grow some seeds and to cross with some things, but only once I have another Clarinervium that's actually like matured a little bit and is sized up and is growing nicely, because I love getting leaves, and I'm very keen to pollinate and grow little seedlings of Antheriums, but I also don't want to stop my mature ones from growing. So I'm not keen on doing the Clarinervium, but that is an option because it is getting an inflorescence at the moment. But the other option is potentially my Magnificum Regal cross. So that's already a cross, so I don't know if I should throw in a little bit extra, because that's about to give me an inflorescence as well. Chances are, because they're at the same stage, my Regal cross Magnificum is pushing out an inflorescence now, and so is sort of this. So I could potentially pollinate either of those, like from each other, depending on which stage they are, without having to actually freeze the pollen. So I could potentially do that, but I don't know. I think, a nice big Regal cross Magnificum sort of leaf, if you crossed it with this and it maybe got like a much longer shape or a stronger vein, or I don't know. You guys let me know, because I've never seeded anthuriums before. This would be my first one. And yeah, do you guys suggest sticking with this and just making some more of these beautiful guys, or should I just play around and cross this with my Magnificum Regal? But that's also giving me an inflorescence at the moment, so let me know in the comments below what you guys would do, and I'm gonna leave it on that. I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for watching. I am extremely excited about my plants at the moment, considering we're in the middle of winter. They are all doing really well. There's obviously a few that aren't. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below, or give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And if you enjoy planty kind of content, then please do subscribe. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think I should do with this guy. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.